liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this. I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It's Bridgewater. And right away, he lost the football. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. Fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. This is taken around the 12. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point safely through. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. First down, Bridgewater to Mixon on the check down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain there of 30 big ones. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. That's taken in by Stewart. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch? So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And
got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first-rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Caught by Jones. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A big gain on the play, but it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Hey, hold on. 56. Drop deep, drop deep.
On 3rd down, Mixon. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Man, I got you. Watch the motion. Watch the motion. Right 50.
Mahomes going to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give it.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Marcus Davenport picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing, Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. To throw, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's Hill on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now from the 27. On the ground, this is Kamara. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
I'm coming.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, second and goal.
53, Mike, 53.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? Third and goal.
All day, every day, any day.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and through, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Banjo. Attack. Check, Mike 57.
Mahomes now to throw. Steps away to his left. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rip right.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes is going to run the option left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the... And down he goes! The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Alvin Kamara. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Makes the score Chiefs 45, Saints 14. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of a yard.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Bridgewater on the keeper. That is 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.